Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. For those that are seeing my face for the first time, come closer. My name is relatable and I'm the owner of this amazing channel. So basically on this channel we talk about everything and anything, basically anything that is thought-provoking, anything that I actually want to talk about and I want you guys to input on it. So guys, grab a popcorn and sit back and enjoy this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like this video. Okay, so guys, today I want to actually share a story that it kind of looks like it's a Nollywood movie, but it's really not a Nollywood movie. This is happening live, like it's happening in real time. It's happening in our world today. Picture this, guys. You've spent your entire life building a legacy, not just in wealth but in the trust and dreams of your family. You literally work tirelessly just to make sure that your family is at the top. I mean, you sacrifice so much for your family, you do so much for your community. Not only that, you just literally build a legacy from scratch. You work tirelessly only for you to see it crumble into the bitter hands of a legal battle after you are gone. Unfortunately, this isn't a movie plot. It's literally not a scene in our favorite soap opera. It's basically what is unfolding in the late Herbert Wigwe's family estate dispute. I feel like this case isn't just about money and property. This case actually mirrors how the society handles legacy, handles family bonds, and handles justice. I mean, in like, is it not like we are in 2025, yeah? And for me, I feel like it's so shocking to think that in this time and age, we are still having this conversation. I mean, like, this conversation is something that we debate on social media about. Like, in what world does it make sense that a man's father would want to claim his child's belonging when the child has children, when the child has people that are his heir? Like, what world does it make sense? I feel like there are a lot of things that are so not right in Nigeria, and it's like, is this kind of thing happening in other parts of the world? Because for me, it's so shocking. Why do the family of the late Herbert Wigwe feel the need to want to control or want to own his property? I mean, I don't understand. If he was working for his money and working to build his legacy, why does the family feel like they need to take over his property after he has passed on, knowing fully well that he has children? Like, does it make sense? In Nigeria, we see a whole lot of family inheritance, battles happening time and time again. And this happens especially when, the breadwinner of the family passes on. I don't even understand, like, in what world is this okay? In what world is this okay? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people argue that what if they were doing business together? And I'm like, so what if they were doing business together? If they were doing business together, does it mean that you have to take everything that's okay? Hypothetically, if they were doing business together, it means that the business now belongs to you because because your brother is dead or because your child is dead. Like, make it make sense. And it's not even, do you know the worst thing? Like, one of the things that actually shocked me about this story is it is family. This is family. Like, the perpetrators of this act are actually family, and that is so absurd. There's so many things going on social media. I'm just going to put a bit of like different comments for you guys to see and be like, and tell me what you think in the comment section about these comments. So for those that do not follow this real life drama, we're just going to dive into it to explore the real issues that it exposes. Herbert Wigwe was one of the Nigerians' biggest names in banking. He was a former group CEO of Access Holdings, a man who built his career from the ground up. He was respected, wealthy, and a role model for many. But in February 2024, tragedy struck. He died in a helicopter crash alongside his wife and son. A huge loss, not just for his family, but for the entire country. Now, you think that after such a misfortune, the family will come together as one. When somebody, like, when somebody dies in a family, normally everybody's supposed to come. That's the time that you will just realize, like, it's like a light bulb moment where you realize, oh my god, life is so fickle, you know, people come together, everybody's like trying to be, you know, for each other, as in trying to be there for each other. But in this case, like in this particular situation, in this particular story, that's not the case, because barely a year after, a legal battle begins over who should own his estate. Yes, barely a year after, a legal battle begins, and that's where it gets really messy, guys.
You can see what our enemies have done. People we thought were Herbert's friends, people we thought were Herbert's brothers, they have actually really, really let the family down. Daddy and mommy trusted in them implicitly, and we've come to see that they were not what we thought they were. And so because of it, Daddy actually fell ill. We almost lost him. Mommy broke down because of the trust they had reposed so much in them. So it's made the journey really, really difficult and heart-wrenching for them, because these were people Herbert drew really close to and brought home as his friends. So that's the journey we've been on. It's been difficult. Herbert's daughter was there, and Herbert's Tochi, he brought Tochi, and Uche, we were my cousin Herbert brought along and took as his brother, you know, supposedly to be the family face, you know, in anything he did. But they came in with security officials, nothing less than 10 cars, security officials. We came in here, there were masked armed men, you know, and you begin to wonder if you actually came to drop rates and pay respect. Do you come with up to 10 armored vehicles, with security staff, with guns, you know, to the family, and not even as much as go and pay the elderly people any form of respect? That wasn't done.
As how? For what? Why? As in, what is the reason behind this? It's so absurd. Like, I can't believe this is real life. Like, this is happening in real life. Like, what? Herbert's 90-year-old father, Shengo Iwigwe, and the cousin, and one of Herbert's cousins, Christian Iwigwe, they go to the court to demand that they have the estate. On the other side, the children were fighting to regain control. Lagos State High Court basically rules in the children's favor. They're like, look, these things belong to the children. Like, what do you mean? What are you coming to come and do? Like, make it make sense. Because me, I'm like telling my, when I see the story, like when I've been like going through the story, I'm like, in what world, right? So they're like, look, this is their father's wealth, and they should have control over it. I feel like the only reason why these people are fighting is because there's a first daughter that came out to say no, like she's fighting like for her rights. If the reverse was the case, if let's say the male child that passed on sadly was alive, you know, they won't really come, and we will not be having this conversation. We will not be having this conversation where we have to sit there and debate why this is happening. Do you understand? Brings us to the topic of, you know, gender inequality or gender injustice when it comes to inheritance, because in many Nigerian communities, women face systematic discrimination regarding, you know, inheritance. Cultural and religious norms often deny women from their rightful share from the family asset. I feel like this case also highlights the ongoing struggle of gender equality and the need for all these discriminatory acts to be addressed in Nigeria. Because why can't a woman have a share of her father's property? Why? It doesn't make logical sense to me. So what if she's going to be married out? So what? Because even if she's going to be married out, what is it not the same vicious circle that continues? Because if she marries with another family and they still believe the same, they have the same belief system that women are not supposed to have any share in the family assets, then the vicious cycle continues. Because I know there are some families, there are some situations or some cases that has happened. We even see it in Nigerian movies, I mean, where the family of the man comes in and literally chases the wife and her children out of the house. One thing I will say about this is the father sides are not beating, you know, the father side of the family, they are not beating this allegation. They are not beating this allegation. This is a prime example. And it kind of breaks my heart to think that if this can happen to a rich man, an actually wealthy man, a man of influence, how much more just a normal person? Like, how much more just a normal person? It might even be like triple the amount of, like, it might be worse, who knows? Like, it is scary to say the least. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it is so scary to think that in 2025 we are sitting down here to have a conversation about who is to own what after a man dies, and who is not to own, like why are we having this conversation? Why is this kind of thing happening in Nigeria? Like, why? The law says that women have a right, but it's often seen that women have to fight so hard for this so-called inheritance. And the saddest part, that it is seen as a normal thing. It's seen as, it's celebrated. It's okay, It's okay when women have to come out and fight for what is rightfully theirs, because it is rightfully theirs. Your father's property is rightfully yours. I mean, I'm not just trying to be like an entitled person, but I'm just saying, logically speaking, that is what it is. So for women to have to fight so hard for things like this breaks my heart, and it's just so sad that this is still happening in 2025. One of the things I've learned about this, this whole drama that is ongoing, is that money changes people. I'm not saying that I didn't know this before, but it just buttresses the fact that money actually brings out people's real color. Because just like we are seeing it in the late Herbert Wigwe family, where people have allowed greed to be the order of the day, we also see it in normal conversations or conversations with other people, where, or cases, we see it in cases where the family is okay. Let's say the man is the person is living, family is okay, the breadwinner of the family is okay, he's living, he's alive basically, and you see family, everybody is joyous and happy, and they are all in peace and harmony. And the second money is introduced, the wealth is introduced, and the breadwinner dies, the greed is the order of the day. And we see that sometimes they don't even allow the burial process to even commence. They already started eyeing the account, they already started eyeing the land that they want to take. Some people even go as far as involving diabolical means just to get the land, or just to claim a land that is not even your own to begin with. The worst part of this whole thing, or the funniest part, let me never say the worst part, I feel like the funniest part of this whole thing is that you're not even guaranteed to see the next day. You're here fighting for something that doesn't even belong to you. Like, what makes you think you're going to leave to actually enjoy that thing that you're fighting for? It doesn't even make sense. It really doesn't make sense to me. It's so sad that this happens every day, and that is why it's so important for people to have their affairs in order before they die. Like, write a will. Put your affairs in order before you die, because if you do not do that, your family, your loved ones, your nuclear family are going to have to suffer that action. Like, I know a lot of times I hear stories where the man, when he was alive, he doesn't even disclose anything about his assets to his wife. And I don't understand, like, why would you not do that? Like, why would you not disclose your assets? Why would you not let your partner know what's really going on? Or at least let your children know. Take them to the land. This is your land. This is this. Like, I know of people that actually have taken their child to the land that they bought and showed them the markings, show them everything, show them the papers. Nobody's gonna come and want to struggle with you when you put your affairs in order. Why is it that situations like this are occurring in Nigeria? Is it that Nigeria is the only place it's happening? Like, why is it really happening? The big question is, what is the solution? What should we do? What can we do better? What can we do to reduce the rate of family inheritance battles? Now, I'll come up with just three, things that I feel like can be done. And the first one is actually that people need to have a will. People need to have a will. I know that in Nigeria, a lot of people have the conception or the misconception that once you have a will, or once you write a will, you're inviting death. And to be honest, that's like, it's actually like a superstitious belief, in my opinion, because at the end of the day, this will is going to protect your loved ones. This will is what's going to speak for you when you're no more here, when nobody can hear your voice, when you're not here to defend yourself. That will is what's going to defend your family, your loved ones. Second one on the list is families need to have honest conversations, because it just saves the day once you have honest conversations that actually address any form of conflict between anybody. I mean, your will is in place, you've had conversations with your family, you show them what they need to see as you are alive, things like that. It just helps, for the future. It actually helps. It really does help. Have honest conversations with your spouse, you know, show them what they need to see. Last but not the least is we need to respect law over sentiment. We actually do need to respect law over sentiment. I understand that, tradition is important, tradition is good. However, when tradition clashes with, legality, when it clashes with fairness, when it clashes with, inheritance, fairness and justice. I don't even know what I'm saying. We need to respect the law over sentiment. I understand that tradition is important and tradition is good. However, when tradition clashes with justice and legality and fairness, then we need to follow the right path. And in this case, we can see that I don't know if they have some sort of tradition that says that the father must own what the child has, but if that's the case, justice has to prevail because it literally clashes over all the things I just mentioned: justice, fairness, legality. It does clash, so we need to follow the right path. My final thoughts on this is that the late Herbert Wigwe's case, it just highlights a bigger issue that we have in Nigeria, because every day families are torn apart because of inheritance battle, brothers fighting brothers, women kept on the side, and it's actually time for a change. If you are somebody that is of influence in your family, have conversations in your family. Children need to start asking their parents if they have a will, do they want to write a will, just things like that to create some sort of, awareness for the future. And make sure that your loved ones know they're right, because at the end of the day, no amount of money is worth losing family over. So guys, what are your thoughts on this issue? Share with us in the comment section what you think. And if you've ever witnessed an inheritance battle in your community and your family, share what were the ways that these issues were resolved right in the comment section. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and subscribe to this channel. Also, if you enjoyed this video, kindly give it a thumbs up and also comment down below where you're watching us from. I look forward to see you guys in my next video. Stay safe and make good choices. Bye.